Alright, I've been doing a lot of off-camera sanding, trying to get this thing straight. As you can see, there's lots of little spots that have poked through, little high spots and lots of little spots. So I'm getting ready to do another coat of primer, another 2 coats probably. I did have to fill in these corners on the hood with some filler since I couldn't reach back there and pop them back out. I think this should be good with primer now. Just a little filler to get those a little bit flatter. I don't know why on both sides. I don't know if something was in chipping or what, why those were bent up a little bit right there. But I was unable to fix them, so a little bit of filler is good enough. Lots of metal poking through, even some filler poking through, trying to get crisp up those door edges and door lines. Had some issues on the trunk. Trying to get everything flat. There's definitely some issues. I was worried about the trunk and definitely got some problems, but I think one more coat of primer should be good and get some of the stuff flattened out. Had to put some filler in right there where that dark spot is, because that was really low. I didn't think that I could fill it in with primer anymore to get it flat, but I think another couple coats of primer and see if I can get things to start looking a little bit straighter, and then I will probably start pulling everything off. Probably pull the fenders off and the hood off. I want to work on this hood while it's on like a stand. It's really hard to reach in the middle there and try to get it sanded and flat when I'm bending over the fenders. I don't want to be messing up the fenders, leaning over them all the time trying to sand. So I think this will be the last time that it's together in primer stage anyway. I'll just want next couple coats and then probably rip it apart and make sure that it's looking straight, and then rip it back apart so I can focus on each individual part. Take the doors off so I can work on them. There's some problems with the rocker panels too that I gotta straighten out, but I want to get the car jacked up, get it in the air so I can work on it a little easier. It's hard to work on it when it's so low to the ground, so probably do that. Some other off-camera stuff I did is the inner trunk support there wasn't quite welded, and I got that welded up. There's some other spots right here that I welded up and ground back down smooth. Just this inner fender support, had to weld it on. It was just kind of dangling in there. Anyway, I'll get some more primer on this thing. Okay, got some more primer on, looking good again. Pretty happy with it. I was having a little bit of problems with my gun, so my coats are not super smooth. My fan was not acting right at all on my spray gun, which is the Harbor Freight gun, so that's not a big deal. Let's see if I can kind of show kind of what I'm doing, what block sanding is anyway. I had a request to kind of see more of like how I'm doing it instead of just showing what I've done. So I'll get the tripod set up and I will start doing some little blocking to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing here. I already started a little spot right there. I just wanted to see if the primer was ready. I've given it a few hours. I had to do a little bit of work on my Ford Falcon today, so I'm giving it some time to dry up, and hopefully it should be ready to do some block sanding. So I will get the tripod set up. Okay, so when you're blocking, you want to do little X's, and that's what you'll see me do. I'll do an X, and then I'll move a little bit, and then do another X, and I'm just working in X's to try to keep my workpiece as level as possible. I've got a foam sanding block. It's pretty rigid. It does move around a little bit, but not much, with some 120 sandpaper. And you'll see me work just in X's. And then I know I had a low right here, and I'm hoping that I got enough primer on it now to where I can get that low out. There's some other little lows in here, and we'll see. You'll get to start to see how the lows will appear and the highs will show up too. So here we go. you kind of see already that low that I had before, it's still here, but it's actually a lot smaller. I should be able to go down enough and get that completely gone. There's also a little low right here, and there's a little bit of low right here, and you see a low here. And I know why this is low is because I was having problems with my gun right here, and my primer got really thick. So I should be able to get that down, and then this will level out too. There is a little bit of a low right there, I know too, but hopefully I can get this out. So they're almost gone. You can see that one's almost gone. There's a little bit of dark area still. A little more sanding, that would come out. Still a little tiny glow right there. And then this hide has showed up, which that's not a huge deal. As long as I don't go too much. We don't want this hide to be too exposed. But hopefully I can kind of focus down here a little bit and get that out. But you don't want to focus in one spot too long because then you can cause another low. So if you notice, I'll do a little X and then I'll move along, do another X and move along, or sometimes I'll do some sweeping motions and then go back and do some more sweeping motions in an X pattern. Alright, well, I think that's actually good. That's pretty much gone. When I go to my next grit of sandpaper, which would be like 220, that should go away, and even that should go away too. So we're looking good there. There is still low there, though I'm not sure it's going to come out. So focus on that for a minute. So we got couples. Now I'm not sure if that one's going to come out. I may have to do some more filler work on that one because that one's still pretty low. You can see the sandpaper isn't even touching it. It's still shiny right there. I also got another one that's not coming out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that one. Yeah, it's almost there. We might be okay on that one as well. I still have some issues. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get that out or not. May have to do some filler work. Trying to sharpen up this this edge a little bit, this style line, and by doing that I don't want to roll over that because I'm going to knock it down. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of going up to it, but I'm not rolling it. I'm just staying straight, and that'll kind of sharpen this line up and keep it crisp.
Yep, might be okay actually. That one's kind of fades in and out right there, but maybe I can get.
might be alright. I'll have to go to a smaller block and see if I can get this sharpened up a little bit. That's looking and feeling pretty nice. Same thing up here. I don't want to roll over this edge and knock it down. Straight right there. Yeah, I think these two of those spots right here are going to need filler just a little bit. All right. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm sweating, it's hot, I'm tired, but it's looking pretty good. The trunk is actually, the problem areas that I had, I think they're pretty well taken care of. These little metal spots popped through, which that's not a big deal. I may just need to do another coat of primer on the trunk and then start hitting it with some finer grit and getting ready for paint. It's pretty close. Both quarter panels are pretty darn straight. I'm not done with everything. I didn't do that bottom section yet, and the doors are very, very straight. There's just these couple problem areas where the jams are, where I've been trying to get it straight and flat. So I won't have to do much more primer on the car, really, that I'm seeing. The hood might need a little bit more. I did one little spot over there. It might need a little bit from those problem areas that I found, but these fenders are really straight too. So getting closer and closer to paint. I am probably going to rip it apart here soon and start focusing on each individual part on the workbench, or on the stand actually. Especially the hood. It's hard to bend over and lean over the fenders here and try to sand the middle of that hood. It's really hard on my back, so I'm going to call it a night. So, till next time.